Good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? It is 1:11 p.m. Mountain Time on Monday, November 1st, the first day of November, and Bitcoin just had its highest monthly close ever, so couldn't be more bullish on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And today we're going to look into that and what Bitcoin is looking to do, where it's at, what I think it's going to do, some things that should be on your radar, and we're going to look into altcoins that could take off at any minute and they could move big. And I'm going to tell you why. And you're going to have a little homework. Not necessarily homework, but if you want to get into good projects, you have to spend time researching them. So if you like that, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it very greatly. I appreciate everyone who has. Lets me know that the information that I'm putting out is valuable to people. So keep doing that, and I will keep putting out content. Well, I will anyways, but it makes me feel good inside. So anyways, also remember that none of this is considered financial advice. Please do your own research. Everything in this video is for information and educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a trader, but I do have my opinions and I do want to share those with you. So let's get into it. Okay, first off, let's start off with some news articles. Wanted to share the latest hot sector, and that's the meme coins, especially Shiba Inu. Someone bought $3,400 worth of SHIB last August. It's now worth $1.55 billion. I can't hate on that. Congratulations to whoever that was. That's phenomenal. I mean, that's, imagine that. That's life-changing. So I did have Shiba Inu back in the day, April of 2021, and I bought it, and it was probably the best trade of my life. I just let it sit there. I said, whatever it'll do. I threw $350 into it, and it turned into 40,000 by May. It was insane. Once it listed on Coinbase, once it listed on Binance, it made an all-time high back in May. Obviously, it's broken that since then. And I sold it. I sold half, and then when it continued to come down, I just sold the rest of it. I said I'm done with it, and then it came down like another 70% from there. So I left well enough alone. I'm happy with that, and it was, the biggest gain of my lifetime. So I just wish I put 3,500 in there. Now, of course, that's what happens when you get one of those that just takes off like that. I should have had like $500 into it, but because of the gas fees and the slippage, the 500 became like 360 after the transaction went through. So anyways, moving on. Amazon job posting hints companies' web services are preparing adopt crypto. The prospective employee would encourage those in senior positions at major companies to consider adopting cryptocurrencies, central bank digital currencies, stablecoins, security-backed tokens, asset-backed tokens, and non-fungible tokens. So essentially, it's a job ad for somebody who'll be cold calling, encouraging people to accept cryptocurrency as a payment system, and as well as, stablecoins, central bank digital currencies, abbreviated CBDCs. Anyways, just showing more interest and further adoption. Moving on, Crypto.com is the #1 app in the Google Play Store in the U.S. The #1, beating out every single app in the U.S. The exchange's app was also the third most downloaded on the U.S. Apple App Store last week, but has since fallen to 20th. Again, retail. You've seen everybody buying Shiba Inu. You saw back when Doge ran to 74 cents. This is retail getting into crypto, and you can see it verified by the fact that they're downloading the app. According to the most recent list of Google Play Store's top free apps, Crypto.com's app has surged in the ranks of apps by the number of downloads, jumped to the first position ahead of TikTok. Coinbase's app sits at third ahead of Cash App, while Voyager Digital is 10th, following the trading platform's announcement it would be partnering with the Dallas Mavericks basketball team. This is happening. It's integrating. It's slowly spreading. Lastly, Twitter flags Squid Game token accounts as price crashes. So if you haven't heard, Squid Games, the #1 most watched or whatever Netflix series of all time, was surging despite multiple scam warnings and topped above $2,800 before plummeting to less than a penny. I think it was up like 80,000% at the high. But I don't know. I was watching a YouTube today, and a live YouTube who does their shows every day, and they made a good point, right? If you're going to get into these, understand the risks, number one. These meme tokens and these, like, yeah, buying something that's up 50,000% or something like that. Understand that is risk, is God level risk. That is the biggest risk you could possibly take. Ask yourself or ask somebody, what does it do? If they can't answer it, don't buy it. Don't get into it. It's a pump and dump. And there's going to be more of this. So just beware. People bought in and they couldn't sell. But yeah, look at that chart. Let's go to this. Insane. Just buyer beware. 0.00198, and it was as high as over $2,800. So you do the math on that. I'm not gonna. But anyways, have some specific news towards 3 specific cryptocurrencies, things you need to watch. And one of the biggest things that hopefully you've seen, let's go to a chart here of Decentraland. Okay, if you haven't heard, Facebook is rebranding to Meta, as in metaverse. And I don't think people fully realize how big of a deal this thing is. But Coinbase is very centralized. There are scams on Facebook or Meta. I don't know if they've actually moved over to being called Meta yet. But anyways, so the hot thing yesterday, 2 days ago, Saturday, is metaverse tokens. All right, so Mana, Decentraland, surged 200-300%, something like that. 158% in a day, 156% a day is where it closed at. Because they have their own metaverse, Decentraland. So people are swarming to those. And I have my favorite one that I've been talking about for a while. I wrote it up from like $1.15 to over $7 and made one good trade and 2 losing trades on the way down. Hard to make money going long on the way down. But Superfarm is a metaverse token, and people don't realize it yet. Because if you go to CoinMarketCap, I'm not going to CoinGecko because they've been down due to overloading. But you can go on here and you could look at all these different categories, and there is a metaverse category. And you have Axie Infinity, Decentraland, Engine, the Sandbox. You have all these, and you don't YGG, Decentral Games, and you don't see Superfarm. And I'm telling you, they're a metaverse token. You just might have to be a little more patient with them. And I think that their Superverse will outperform. It'll blow away Decentraland in quality and user experience and user enjoyment. And they're gaming. They have a game coming out that Elio Trades specifies will be to the quality of Overwatch and similar to Overwatch. So right now you have play to earn games like Splinterlands, which I own, I play, I do a few a day, I stake it. It's like 53% APR staking that you can compound. Now, it's not super fun. It's okay, but it's more like just do this little bit every day and you'll earn money. You play to earn. Whereas I feel like Superfarm will be play to play. Like people will play this because it's enjoyable and they like playing it. Gaming is a big part of crypto, and gaming people I find to be very intelligent, very smart. And this is just part of it. And I think this is going to be one of the biggest sectors in crypto, believe it or not. So I think for those 2 reasons, like I am one of my larger microcap positions is Superfarm. It's more of a mid cap. It's in that 100 million area, but still really, really, really small. So that's one of them to watch out for. with this metaverse, Super Farm DAO, moving on, gaming, just because of some rumors going on, Ubisoft, which I think is, what's that game with all the dances? I can't think of it. It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's a really popular game, but I think they're behind that. Anyways, Splinterlands and Ubisoft are essentially, well, Ubisoft is invested in Splinterlands and Axie Infinity. Man, what is the name of that game? Give me a second. I'll think of it. Fortnite. That's what it was. Fortnite. I think they're behind Fortnite. Anyways, just want to pull up the blog because it's just rumors. This blog here that I pulled up just off a simple Google search. I don't follow him. This is Mr. Killy. Never heard of him, but anyways, permit me to start this post with "Did you hear?" It's a phrase we use when we want to give a hot gossip around where I'm from. So, did you hear Splinterlands was granted a slot in Ubisoft's Entrepreneurs Lab Season 5? Okay. Let's take a brief look into Ubisoft's Entrepreneurs Lab. As a matter of fact, let me introduce Ubisoft for those that don't know. Interactive game, the Assassin's Creed, Just Dance on the Wii. Let's see, Tom Clancy games. Maybe it wasn't Fortnite, but you can see those are popular games as well. But anyways, big rumor there. Could explode the price, and if you look, Splinter Shards, the Splinterlands token, is only a $147 million market cap, which is not that high. I mean, Axie Infinity, which is hotter, is $8 billion. So a lot of room to grow if it were to reach Axie's level, but I think Axie is definitely more play to earn characteristics in there. My neighbor played it. He said it just wasn't that fun. Plus, he kept getting beat. It's hard to start right now because everybody's so advanced and further along. Anyways, there's also a higher floor. I think like one Axie is like $300 at the lowest amount to buy to get started, and you have to have 3 of them on your team. So you're like $1,000 in just to start. But anyways, could be, this progresses, could be a big mover in the gaming space. So one to keep your eye on: Super Farm Gaming and Metaverse, Splinterlands for gaming, possibly Metaverse. There is land that was sold. So more altcoins, more altcoins. 2 ecosystems, and I'm going to give a few altcoins that I've got my eye on. All right, I'm not going to go deep dive into what they do because then this will be an hour-long video. But go do this on your own. Go into this. You can go to the ecosystems, right? You could literally go to categories, as you've seen me do. If you go to categories, and you can scroll through and you can find Hecko ecosystem. Never heard of that, so maybe I'm behind on that. You can go to Polkadot ecosystem, which we'll look at, Avalanche ecosystem, and you go to Phantom ecosystem, Solana, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, first wanted to say Solana, Breakpoint. Their developer conference is in Lisbon, Australia, November 7th through November 10th. Okay, so why is that important? Well, look what Phantom did ahead of their developer conference. Okay. Let's go to 1 month. Theirs was on the 25th. And right around October 6th, people were like, okay, I'm going to get ahead of this developer conference. Boom. From $1.30 to $2.30. And then I waited for the conference, got closer. About 10 days before, boom. Other people started to think, okay, conference. And then we went all the way up to $3. What was the high? I think it was, let's see, show more. All-time high was $3.48. And look at where this started at. 1/5 essentially of a penny. It's up 139% from there, March 13th, 2020. That's the power of crypto. Anyways, so it almost raised, like 200% about then? So if Solana has as good of things in their conference, and it is similar, we could see a $600 Solana within a week. Well, since the conference is only, I'm not going to throw out like ridiculous numbers there, although you've seen crypto can be ridiculous. If it has like a similar move, you could probably see like a 350 Solana through the end of the conference, and then it'll probably start to sell off a little bit. So what do you want to do? Well, you want to go into the Solana ecosystem, right? And you want to start looking through what you think. I mean, Chainlink really isn't Solana ecosystem. I don't really think Terra Luna is, but Chainlink's in everything. It connects everything. That's why it's such a big deal. But this Solana ecosystem, go through and search the projects. Serum, I have looked into that. That is available on Binance FTX. I also like Radium. Radium is the DEX, I believe, the decentralized exchange for Solana. Am I right on that? I don't want to say something if it's not right. Yeah, it is. So Radium is a decentralized exchange. You know how I like those. Like on the Polkadot ecosystem, I like Pokedex. I also like bridges. Like, what is it? Was it Saber? Anyways, go through these, and look through ones that you think make sense and you can get interested in. Because if the developer conference is going on in 6 days from now, you want to be ahead of the game and you want to be in not Tulip Farm. That's funny. $20 million market cap, tulips. People joke about bubbles. Step Finance, another one I like. And actually one that isn't listed, I like Saber. So the ones that I hold are Saber, Step, and Sunny, just because I like market caps. Aldrin is another good one. But anyways, go through these, look through these. I don't want to sit here and go over every single one of them, but this is where you want to be when the ecosystem of Solana takes off. Some of them have started to take off. DexLab, Tulip, which is Soul Farm, probably a DeFi farming platform. But go through these and be in before they move. We've seen some Samoid coin, Samo with a picture of a dog. So of course it's up. There's a picture of a dog on it. But Audius was a big one that has moved significantly over the past year or so. Anyways, I hold Saber, and Sunny's not even on here. Mango Markets I expect to do well. Akash I don't hold, but I do like. Saber I hold. Sunny and Step are the three that I hold. But go through those. Research. Radium, decentralized exchange for Solana. There's just a lot to go through. You could see there's quite a bit. Usually these bottom ones, they don't really, you could see like 24-hour volume don't even trade. They were either scams or they don't actually exist anymore. They failed, or they're not meant to trade, but they do exist as a cryptocurrency. So moving on. Another one, Polkadot. Polkadot has their parachain launch, their auction dates proposed for November 11th. So what has Polkadot been doing? Polkadot made a nice move up 15% today, and that's probably one of the bigger ones today. It's LRC, Polka Starter, Polka Markets, Polka Markets, 40% today. So you could see Polka Dex up 18% today, still consolidating. But the big thing about these ones is they don't have a conference going on, but they have their parachain launch. So what happens is you stake your Polkadot in projects that you think have a chance of winning a parachain, right? And so what happens is that you win that, you get a reward of those tokens. So let's say Polkadex or Polka Bridge, something like that. You stake Polkadot into that gets more votes for the parachain. If that wins, you get a certain amount. I don't know the exact amount of their tokens. rewarded to you, and they're automatically staked for 48 weeks. So can't sell them for 48 weeks. So people have to buy Polkadot in order to stake and vote for those parachain auctions. That's what's happening here. First day of November, boom, coming up on the 11th. So I fully expect us to break out of, let's see where are we at here with Polkadot. Break to the upside of this long channel here. And then we have another little one right here. Should at least meet or break through that. So I don't know. I just think there's going to be a lot of interest and a lot of excitement behind this. That being said, going to the Polkadot ecosystem. I think that, there's a few of them that I like that could win parachains. I like Polkadex, Polka Bridge. I think bridges are a huge deal. Bridges bridge assets from one ecosystem to the next. So a Polkadot asset can be traded on a bridge in Ethereum. It could bridge the Polkadot and Ethereum network, or Polkadot and Solana network, or stuff like that. I like the decentralized exchanges, the DEXs. I like the bridges, so Polkadot and Polkadex. I've also heard some talk with some pretty good names in the crypto world that we're talking, and if I see them, I will. Look at Polka Bridge is 120% in the last 7 days. I don't own any Kylan network. With these high percentages, you got to think like, well, what's up? Something's got to be up, There were a few more. Anyways, those are my two favorites on Polkadot. And if I could find Shadows came out of nowhere. It was like dead for like the last 6 months, and then came out of nowhere and is up 75%. So maybe there's something behind that. What else? Split was a big gainer. ShopX is the ticker, off of their launch, off of their IDO. But Pink Node, that's a big one. Pink Node up 73% today. Got it. You don't even have to know the project to know that. So people are buying this. There's something behind that. And oh man, this was brought up to me a while ago, and I don't know why I didn't look into it more. Gateway to Polkadot. Oh, this gives people the tools to build on Polkadot. So like if you're a developer or a coder, and the gold rush, it wasn't the people who were mining the gold, it was the people selling the picks and the shovels. So these are Pink Node provides the tools to build on Polkadot. So definitely a favorite of mine. Pink Node, Polkadot, Polkadex, I think, or Polka Bridge and Polkadex. So those are three more. So a lot of altcoin talk, a lot to comprehend, but my recommendation is go through this and maybe pick two or three. If you plan on doing this, maybe pick like two or three. If you want more info on the launch access and how to get in on the crowdfunding, you can go to Polkadot's webpage and go to their blogs and their website, and you could find it there. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I at least brought this up. I don't know much about it because I'm not participating in it, but I do. I don't want to be holding and staking for 48 weeks. I don't like that. But I do want to be invested in particular projects that I think can win a parachain, because the value of those will go up significantly if they do win a parachain auction. But you do go to polkadot.js.org. I know you click on this apps wallet hosted, and then from what I understand, maybe I'll do a video on this one day if I get into it, on how to participate in these. But I know you want to scroll up to the side here and be on the Rococo right now. This is a test Rococo and parachains. And then you have live networks like Centrifuge, all these different ones, Polkadex, and then you switch the network. But like I said, I'm not putting money into these. Like if you go to let's go West End, right? You can go here, and then you could see, it takes a while, longer than most things to load. But anyways, the website is polkadot.js.org. You can go play around with it. I'm going to some more just because I'd like to be able to show people how to do this. You can go to parachains, and then parathreads, which are like rented parachains, auctions, crowd loan, all that good stuff. But anyways, I don't want to spend all day on that. And I wanted to end that just reminding you that these big things are these are big things. This is a really, really, really big thing for Polkadot. I would also say to probably keep an eye out for Moonbeam. Moon River on Kusama was one of the best performing. They got a parachain, and Moonbeam will most likely get a parachain on Polkadot. That's kind of one that everybody, I think, is agreeing on. But anyways, not available yet. You can't purchase Moonbeam yet, can you? Let's see. So it just ICO'd, brand new. So you can purchase it shortly. Probably go to their website. And this is kind of my day when I have the time. Let's go to Moonbeam Network. See tokens. See where you can buy it. But this is kind of my day when I have the time on just going down rabbit holes and trying to figure out different things and get an edge on the market. Moonbeam Foundation. But anyways, don't think you're able to buy it just yet. If I'm wrong, I apologize. And if I am wrong, then it's like recent as of like today. But anyways, I think it's very important. You should be looking into Polkadot and the Polkadot ecosystem with, basically the event of their whole existence and planning is coming in 10 days. And then Solana Developer Conference should be similar to the Phantom Developer Conference and how Phantom's price performed. And then looking into metaverse tokens. My favorite one is Superfarm. I don't think people even know that it's a metaverse token. And it's going to have quality game, quality metaverse, quality user experience, not just play to earn, play to play, and also earn. But yeah, so I think, Splinterland's another one. I think everything I went over today, those are incredibly important things to look into. And the the investment from, big money is definitely coming in. It's pouring in. The adoption is just flowing and flowing. So what is Bitcoin doing? What are we looking for Bitcoin? Well, I think Bitcoin's going to be range bound, and I'll tell you why in a minute. First of all, we're in this bull flag right now, and that's a good thing. So why isn't it going to go up? Well, I have my thoughts on this, and it's not 100%, but what exists now? Options, right? So there's options, and the volume and liquidity is not that great on Ledger X yet. You could see like even 68,000 Bitcoin by this Friday, this Friday's expiration. Now that doesn't mean that, Bitcoin reaching 68,000 makes you money. That means Bitcoin, if you say you get it between the bid and the ask, and the last was 188, you need to be 68,188 to break even by the time the markets close, which I assume is 5 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time on Friday. That's your break-even point. So everything above there, well, I'm not going to get into a whole options class, but what's probably going to happen, because we have an expiry on the 5th and the next one is until the 26th, is we'll remain flat. These premiums will depreciate, and they'll come down and down and down, because if we're at 61,000 and you buy an out of the money 64,000 strike price, then you're going to lose everything that you put in if we don't close above 64,000. And right now the spread is 760 to 1038. It's like you can't even, I don't even suggest like trading that just yet, just because it's illiquid. If something happens, you're not going to be able to get out of it. You're going to have to sell it on the bid. So not worth it, in my opinion, yet, but they do exist now. And there's other exchanges, I believe, that trade Bitcoin option. So we have an expiry on the 5th. I think that it's going to remain flat to depreciate the premiums. And then once these close, then we could start moving on, because the next expiry on Ledger X isn't until November 26th. So that being said, I think Bitcoin remains relatively flat. Plus, we're starting to come down on the Bitcoin dominance chart. We're right at the 50-day moving. You can't really chart this, but you can see we're coming down. We didn't even reach the resistance at 49%. So that's not a good sign. So I think altcoins are, looking a little better. There's more interesting things than Bitcoin right now. I still hold a lot of Bitcoin. I think it's going to do well over the next 2-3 months, as it has done well over the last however many months. Since its adoption is up like 1 billion%. I'm not even joking. That's not an exaggerated number. It's like literally 1 billion%. Anyways, Bitcoin futures, no gap on the chart. That's a good thing. It's the only thing I use that for. The total 3 looks like it's starting to come up a little bit. You could see outside of the wicks, the bodies of the candles have started to move up, and not really charting total 3, just kind of using that to see how the total altcoin market is moving. The total 2, the altcoins, including Ethereum, also moving up, just kind of grinding, trending upward. That's a good sign. In 2017, they were doing this and then went up like 300%. The altcoin market cap. So it was crazy. Ethereum looking solid. Look at that uptrend from the end of September. Like just grinding up, looking solid. Definitely think there's more percentage gains to be had in Ethereum than Bitcoin. And then the lower down you go in market cap, the higher percent gains you'll probably see, even though they become more and more riskier. Kind of like that inverse relationship. So anyways, looking at that, I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on Bitcoin just because it has been relatively flat. And I think anybody who's like in Bitcoin is pretty much just holding it at this point. That's the trade. I'm a trader, but that's the trade. Holding is the trade right now. There's no reason, unless you're up like 500-600%, it's always smart to take some off the table. Kind of like I did with Phantom. Phantom at 44 cents, started selling in the high 290s, 296-ish. Got my highest sell in the 320s, and I'm down to a 50% position. Could it go to $30? Yeah, I'll still be happy with that. Anyways, signing off today. That's where we're at. Good luck to y'all, and have a great week, and we will see you next time. Also, don't forget to hit the like and hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it. Bye.